Not one, but 2 championships, which I think is
absurd.
But hey, I mean, that's a really good team. I mean, they're obviously with the odds in the Eastern Conference. They're right up there, right behind the Knicks. So
you're right back in the mix.
But even if he did, and people will look at this and be like, well, you guys are just like, there's nothing he could ever do to ever. And I just want to look back at them and go, yeah, right, there's nothing. Because Barkley said on it, he's like, you'd have to be crazy if he wins 2, not to look at him as the greatest. Now it's like, but really?
No, you don't. That wouldn't be crazy.
877-881-1053. Are we crazy? On the Frankel and Frankel Injury Attorneys fan text.
2 things can be true at the same time. A wise man named Blake Elliott once said that. And again, I have come around on LeBron James, working with Blake Elliott, working with some of these younger folks. My son's 18. So I've always respected LeBron's game. Off the court, whatever, all that. I get he wants to win a title. I get Philadelphia compared to, and I'll tell you what, it's kind of an indictment on Miami as well.
Well, we were talking about this 2 weeks ago and going like Miami's roster has got significant holes in it. I mean, you've got Giannis
Who's your
and
bucket
Bam.
getter on that team, right? Because it ain't Andrew Wiggins.
Look, I get the fact that you're wanting to build up, it's a bigs race. Ever since we saw it happen in free agency and the draft and this offseason, especially in the draft, that everybody's looking at Wemby, and even Oklahoma City to an extent, where it's like you got to get multiple bigs, multiple star bigs.
Look at the Mavs.
Right. So I get it there, but that's a starting point. I have a belief in what Riles, and whatever his plan is in Miami and Spoelstra, that's about as good of a brain trust as you've got in the NBA. But as the roster is currently constructed, you go, LeBron ain't doing much to that.
I mean, he's adding double ability, right? But at the same time, like you and I think this is why I don't hate the move from a basketball standpoint to Philadelphia, but that's a loaded roster. All right. I mean, it is. You've got 2 of the best young guards in the NBA in VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
All right. Then you've got, one of the best 2-way guys in the NBA in Jaylen Brown. And then one of the better bigs in the NBA, when healthy, in Joel Embiid. And then, oh, by the way, you got a championship pedigree coach in Nick Nurse. So, Philadelphia is a damn good basketball team, and I certainly don't begrudge him for going to Philadelphia. Would I have liked to have seen him go to Miami or Cleveland? I mean, this is now his 4th NBA team.
Yeah, I know. And that's really the biggest thing for me. We live in a different world where guys move around. They don't stay put like they used to. But it isn't more. Now, I'll say this. Those places that he went to, he stayed for long enough to where you go, are you guys going to be building around me or not? And they didn't really do a good job in doing that. I didn't think they did in L.A. I mean, he went to L.A. and they won relatively quickly. And they built enough, with Anthony Davis. And they had, good. It was a place and time. Almost how I look at the Knicks winning the championship last year. Place and time for that. Yeah. I don't think the Knicks are going to win another one here in the next few years. And then they decide, okay, this isn't really working out. I want to go somewhere I want to win. On one hand, I go, I understand that. But for people of a certain age, and why we call this middle-aged white guy radio, we're used to, having to go through the toils of rebuilding and trying to find the right pieces to go with that particular player or set of players and that growth within a franchise in order to get to the mountaintop, not take, a gondola up to the mountaintop, which is how I think you're kind of looking at it with Philly.
I mean, has LeBron earned the right at 41, 42 years old to say, you know what, I'm going to I'm going to Philly to win a title. Absolutely. And if he goes and is an instrumental part of doing that, then fantastic. But I think we go back to when we look at LeBron, you talk about the Lakers, right? You know, he was the one behind the Russell Westbrook. He wanted Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
And that started a chain reaction of you've got
Totally fair.
a bad GM in Rob Pelinka. Okay. And, you know, same thing in Cleveland. Miami, the reason why he left Miami the first time was because guess what? You don't get to bring in Rich Paul and your cronies to come in and you know, strong arm deals. I mean, it's Pat Riley. Pat Riley said, oh, you want to try that? All right, go back to Cleveland then, because we're not doing that here. And so, you know, we've got this kind of, there will always be kind of this part of LeBron's legacy that, yes, is he going to go down as one of the greatest basketball players of all time? But, you know, his moves and trying to do things behind the scenes, there's a reason why when players try to do their own maneuvering and player swapping, it generally does not work out. Mm-hmm. Okay? It just doesn't.
So the reason why, I'll circle back to why I believe I'm going to back off of kind of how I put it a couple weeks ago on this is really front running. It's Philadelphia. It's not San Antonio. It's not the Knicks. It's not the Thunder. Had it been any of those teams, you'd be like, come on, dude. Come on. Philadelphia hasn't been to a conference championship series. I mean,
since 2001.
Yeah.
Since 2001.
It's Philly. And I think he's going, and everybody wonders how, well, I don't know how it's going to be, you know, a fit basketball-wise. It's going to be a fit. It doesn't matter where he goes. It's LeBron James. He can play all 5 positions. I mean, he's always been more of a distributor. He just melds himself into any type of basketball. Hard-pressed to find anybody smarter on a basketball court with better feel throughout an entirety of his career, right? I mean, that's what the superpower that Luka Doncic has, right? When we look at him, like the way that he just has a feel and a sense around him of the entire court. Well, LeBron's been doing this, you know, his whole career. That's going to be just fine. The pressure is not going to be, he goes to Miami, there's a more pressure on him than there would be if he went to Philly. If he goes to Cleveland, more pressure on him. Yeah, you know, you still can Harden win, can this and that. Yeah, but you're going back to Cleveland. You know, he goes to Philly, to a place where the pressure is squarely on one individual and one only. There is only one guy for the 76ers that we will look at, and as if it does not work, it is because of him. And that's Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has been there the longest.
Yeah.
He has played, 40-something games the last 3 years?
Hadn't been good.
If it doesn't work, it's going to be because of Embiid. And that's how we looked at it in the playoffs last year. That's how we're going to look at it coming over the next 2 years.
Oof. I don't think that's entirely wrong.
Only partially.
Because the other aspect of it too, though, is now that you throw the Jaylen Brown aspect of it in, because I mean that's part of the reason why you went out and got Jaylen Brown. It's because you don't. Well, I'm almost at the point now with Joel Embiid where you don't expect him to play. Right? I mean, that's unfortunately, that's the narrative to me around Joel Embiid. And I hate, look, I'm a Jayhawk. You guys know that. And you know.
Yeah, that's true. But in order for them to be a championship team, he has to.
He's got to. There's no question about that. Now, could you theoretically, and I don't know who's the backup big for Philadelphia now. We can look that up here in a second. But that being said, I think you can win. Let's put it this way. You could definitely get to the finals out of the East. If Joel Embiid gets hurt, which I mean, hell, I don't know what the Kalshi odds are at this point about what the over-under is on how many games he'll play. Because I know Drummond left Philly to go to New York, I think, is where he ended up.
Are you talking about Bonner?
Bono?
Aiden Bono.
Bono's like 5'9". I don't know that him as a backup big would work.
No.
I mean, you'd have the best voice.
He's 6'10".
in the NBA. I mean, it's a beautiful day.
Bono, baby. Or area hook porty.
I think you.
I don't really.
Again, I think you can get out of the East with LeBron, Jaylen Brown, VJ Edgecombe, and Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, they have Janai Broom there.
Oh, well, I mean, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Didn't my boy Devin Wade sign with them too?
Yeah.
I think Devin Wade, Mr. Kansas basketball, 2011, 12.
Dean.
You know, I don't know why I call him Devin.
Yeah.
I've called him Devin forever. I don't.
Yeah.
Why? Why do I think his name is Devin Wade? I don't know.
I think you and I are just proving the point that is not exactly the deepest roster. That starting five is pretty good.
I don't think Andre Drummond is his backup. Andre Drummond, somebody texted from the 940. I think Andre Drummond went to New York.
Yeah, Drummond's not on the roster.
Yeah, no, Andre Drummond went. Yeah, New York Knicks. It would have been nice for them to keep. Andre Drummond would have been a great keep if they'd been able to, but obviously it didn't work out. And you know, the first thing everybody keeps saying is, well, now LeBron can show Joel Embiid how to stay in shape or how to work on his body and all this kind of stuff. And I don't know. I've always had questions about just how legitimate LeBron's physical prowess is. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Oh, okay, then. I mean, I've seen his feet. That's a hot mess.
I was just referring to any kind of supplemental support is what I'm referring to.
I doubt it.
Oh, 1,000%. I'm telling you right now, there's no way he's not on PEDs.
No way he's not?
Oh, you will.
I mean, he was built this way when he was 16.
Yeah. 16, and he's still doing it at this level at 42. Come on. I mean, there's already. Tell you what, he squashed a story so fast 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, whatever it was, when it was reported that his PED showed up and were in his wife's name. I mean, that's the trick.
Yeah, pulled the old Peyton Manning.
He pulled
move.
If we're not thinking that a lot of these guys aren't, especially with the tail end of their career, doing a little extra, and you know, do we hate them for it? I mean, do I knock LeBron for it? Not necessarily. I mean, if you
we applauded the efforts for the steroid Olympics a month or so ago.
Yeah, they were terrible though.
Yeah,
they were so bad to watch.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, baseball came back on the syringes of steroids.
Yeah. I still have a whole thing about that on really because it was a lot of human growth hormone and all that. And I was like, so why again is that bad?
Androstenedione.
Yeah. That's well put by you.
I mean, it was
well enunciated.
It was sitting there.
Because look at how many times I've said that word in my life and not got it correct.
Androstenedione.
I had about a 98% clip on that.
I mean, in his locker, right there for the world to see.
I'm doing interviews and it's right there.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
A little rub?
You seen these guns?
A little lotion? A little clear? That was back in the days, and raise your hand if you did this, where you could buy illegal supplements in the back of magazines. I'm that years old. I'm that old.
Did you ever partake?
Oh, 100%. I bought I bought the clear.
Yeah?
I bought it from the back of a magazine back when I was, I don't know, it was 99. Well, it's been 2000, 2001. I was 19 or 20 in the Navy. You know, that's back when Muscle magazines and Men's and Fitness or whatever the hell it was called, and you could go to the back pages and hey, want the same stuff that Mark McGwire has? Rub it on your shoulder? Hell yeah, 19, 20-year-old Fred said, let's do it. So I did.
I was heavy creatine and protein.
Fred wasn't doing syringes, but you got a cream? Sign me up.
Well, yeah, hard to argue with the longevity there.
Come on.
Now, I do think...
Did it work? I don't know.
I don't know. You're pretty jacked.
This was 20 years ago. No, I'm just old now.
Yeah.
I'm just old now.
We were talking about this last night. There's something to the old man's strength. Like, I'm stronger now. I mean, not strong, like, lift-wise when I was lifting like crazy 3 or 4 times a week. But when it comes to getting back into shape and getting back to, like, a respectable level of being able to toss a little weight around without really committing yourself, you're like, there's something to it.
Oh, muscle memory is undefeated. And now I say all that. I mean, I pulled something in my back this morning.
Bro.
Coughing.
Yeah,
okay.
I did it yesterday.
So I
towel drying my hair, buddy, out of the shower.
Look, I get it. But did we still, you know what we did? I called my cousin, who just turned 45. That's my guy. And he's had all kinds of injuries, played college football the whole nine. He can't even lift heavy anymore. So I asked him about my back, and he said, dude, you just got to stretch and roll it out. And he goes, if it keeps bothering you, then go see the doctor.
Yeah.
So I went, got on the roller, rolled it out, lifted, not heavy, not crazy. And, we'll see what these next 4 hours look like.
As one would have it. I literally, you want to talk about just middle-aged issues. I now have tendonitis in my right elbow from shaking martinis.
Good night, bro.
Okay. Let's talk about where we're at as a man.
Dude said I got tendonitis from shaking martinis.
I am literally got
Are you wearing a copper sleeve on your right arm?
Wow. Literally the next word's coming out of my mouth. I am now with a copper fit sleeve on my elbow.
And you and Brett Favre.
In order to work.
Just don't pilfer the
I got
Mississippi
lidocaine spray for the top of my back, lower neck from towel drying my hair, which something just
you might need to start stretching.
Like before I get in the shower?
Just in general. I think that's my biggest issue right now is I'm not stretching enough. So I got to start stretching.
I got some things for you I'll mention during the break. That'll be good for that. Okay. We are on the precipice of NFL training camp.
Ooh.
And this time for the Cowboys, we are just right there. And oh boy, has it been all quiet on the Western Front. Is that a good thing for the boys? We look ahead to next week and the next month. Here next on The Fan.